The Universal Fighter is back again in World of Tanks Blitz. And you can get this Tier 9 Hybrid Nation enriched medium tank for 17,000 gold. Is it worth getting? Is it a tank that has some unique assets to it? Or is it just a T-54 with a twist? Let's find out in today's video. Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. My name is martindogger, and after the review of the Panzer 58 MUTs, we have another tank which does cost you a fair bit of gold, 17,000 in total of it, but this time it's a tier 9 medium tank and not a tier 8. This tank comes as a hybrid nation tank, it's a T-55A, and as the subtitle says in the video, it's basically a T-54 with a twist. Some small changes to it. We'll get to the full statistics and the armor profile later, obviously. But yeah, that's basically the punchline. A T-54 with a twist, and it does give you a bit more in terms of credits. I've got 3 full games for you to show you today. What I wanted to do also is discuss a bit the pricing of wargaming. They have this one, the T-55A, set at 17,000 gold, which is apparently a 25% discount. I'm not sure where they get the 25% from, so that would mean that the original one would have been well over 20k, and I wasn't quite sure actually how much it was in the beginning when it was first sold in World of Tanks Blitz. But the discount thingy is, of course, a bit of a marketing scheme, a marketing ploy to get people into thinking this tank is cheaper than it should be. But, in a way, having to shell out 70k of gold for a tank at T9, that's obviously a lot of money. Just shy of 50 euros. But I can understand why Wargaming want to do that. And they really wouldn't want people to buy their way into tier 10. At least I think they don't. They kind of do when they are selling the Chieftain Mark 6, etc. But getting tanks at prices like this, that does ensure that people who buy them are whales, A, whales, B, proper gold noobs, or C, they really have too much money and don't know what to spend it on. I haven't bought a tank before people start saying, right, he's promoting a very overpriced tank at 70,000 gold, buys the discounted bundle. This is on the press account. The gold is not mine, the tank is not mine at all, and Wargaming are not making any profit out of me buying a tank. Just not at all. I do have one gripe, however. The tank looks good, but take a look at this. Here's 3 screenshots, photos I grabbed off the internet of the T-55A in World of Tanks itself. That is actually an NVA, Nationale Volksarmee tank. East Germany, it has a searchlight, it has boxes on the left and the right hand side of the turret. It just looks cool, and this one looks just, well, naked, skinny, bland, really. It is fun. It's enjoyed to drive around. You get shut up the ass by an FV if you're not careful, like I am here. But all in all, the tank is really good. It is a T-54, and it can perform exceptionally well on flat ground like this on Himmelsdorf. It moves around very good. It has a good trollish turret, which you can bounce off using bouncing FV shots if you bounce them on a turret. I've bounced shots of the E100s, etc. That's your typical Russian turret. Size are a bit weak, but you can side scrape. It has some differences, as said, compared to the regular T-54, and we'll get to that. And this game is not a very good game at all. As you can see, it's going 2-2 at the moment, but I just had lots of fun playing this one against 2 Fun Zone players and a happy player. I could smell tomatoes. Match Banana, a good friend of mine, was on the team as well. And I just like this game, just the driving around and then spotting a grill in spawn and then thinking, oh, goody, I have to run away because there's a grill who can shoot me up the arse. And then I got shot up the arse by the FE. But all in all, I really liked playing this game. I like the outcome, so that's why I decided to include that one. Because of course I drive also like an idiot, but that's what I am. The tank itself, it's not a premium tank, even if it shows as a premium tank. It is an enriched vehicle at tier 9. So it doesn't make the monumental amount of credits that the MUTs or the LEV or the T-56A can make. But again, you can see for the damage done, not a lot. 61 gross income, 20k total. There would have been maybe break even if I had been driving the T-54, but alas. Let's hop into the stats and numbers. And if you're then using blitzstars.com to compare the tanks, you can see some interesting things if you look at the T-55A and compare it to the 54 fitted with the 100mm guns. And the 54 has a choice of guns. And the 55A basically gets the best of both. It has the higher penetration of the D-54 gun, but it gets the quicker rate of fire of the D-10T2C gun. It has the same bad gun depression. It has the same dispersion upon movement and rotation, but it has the better dispersion of the gun with the lesser penetration. So you get all the good bits from both guns fitted into the one tank. So you get just shy of 2.6k DPM, which means that the pattern is just a little bit better. But in terms of DPM, you can duke it out with any of the tanks, of the medium tanks you will face, because the pattern has the best DPM of the tier 9 mediums. And the T-55A is basically second place, shared with the T-54, fitted with the D10T2C gun, but hey, well, that's a small price to pay. The bigger price to pay lies here in the armor department. The movement and mobility is pretty much the same for the 55A or the 54, but you can see you sacrifice a little bit of frontal hull armor and frontal turret armor. The 54s have that better, which of course is a good thing. It would be really strange to have a premium or enriched tank that is better in every aspect of the game compared to its Tech 3 counterparts. But there's not to be said that it has a lousy armor scheme. It's just a little bit less compared to the T-54s. And to give you a quick look on the armor profile, I'm going to use Armor Inspector. This is the T-55 from the perspective of an AMX-30 first prototype. And you can see that you can side scrape in it, you can go hull down, and you will be able to bounce on the top of your turret. Cupola is a weak spot and the cheeks are weak spots as well. And you can get an auto bounce on that front plate. That is possible. But you only have 5 degrees of gun depression. So if you are going to use that and aim over your drive wheel as you would do with a 54, you can see it's not a guaranteed pen, but it's not a guaranteed bounce either. And in the regular 54 you can be a bit more aggressive and a bit less careful using that technique, and I'm going to show you just that. Take a look at this. This is the 54 and it's basically the same armor profile. But you can see what happens. I can aim over my track wheel, hide this part of the tank. That would be really good to hide. But the auto bounce zone, the auto bounce angles are there just a bit quicker. And you can see that is basically, once the front becomes pannable, the sides are auto bounce zones. And you will catch a few shots on your tracks. So the armor profile on the 54 is a bit more forgiving. But let's face it, those problems are only real. The problems are real. They are there. That's that is just stupid. The problems are there, but they only become a real problem when you are a massively bottom tier tank. Then you can't be as aggressive in the 55A as you would do with the 54. Having some battery problems there as well. This was one of the last games I played, I think yesterday, 2 days ago. Having this one as a bottom tier supremacy game on Naval Frontier. I'm going to show you another one which is a supremacy game on Alpenstadt as a top tier tank. And this is a bit of a waiting game here. You can see a lot of mediums on the red team. We have one more tank destroyer with 2 tank destroyers, the rest have got 1. And in terms of heavies, we've got 2 and the rest have got 2 as well. And as on Alpenstadt, the meta seems to change. Usually the people would push way into the top left hand corner of the map, northwest side, around the A cap, going over there. It does seem that a few more tanks are going towards the B and C caps on Supremacy, at least on the last week or so I've been playing that one. And I think that's a good thing. It used to be that tanks just went to positions and stay there and stay there and stay there. And the meta is changing, which is good. On the other hand, that also means that you have to readjust your gameplay. And I played like a knob here. I was overextending, I was overexposing there. I wanted to clear that AMX 5120. I kind of misjudged his clip size, but I didn't really misjudge it. I just didn't count some shoot once, and I was thinking, right, he probably emptied his clip now, but he had one in the clip left, so I am left at 674 hit points because there were tanks on the top as well. But we managed to clear him. We put the grill down in a combined effort to, I think, a one-shot all in all. And all of the reds are on the other flank now, so I can go in here and capture A easily. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit here, hopefully track that FV in place. No, doesn't work, but we get a full roll. Can we get a shot in on the grill? Yes, we can! Obama guides our shell. We can. And now it's really a matter of just staying alive. It's BG style. We've got 2 caps running. We are up a tank as well. The IS-7 takes out the PTA, but we have a tank at low hit points as well, which is... Where did that shot go? Yeah, I missed, but come on, RNG. Make it easy for me to hit. We have a tank there at low hit points, which I think is a mouse, 33 hit points left. So I wanted to flank. There's a PTA in our spawn, can't get a shot off here. Am I spotted? No, I'm not spotted. So we're going in over here, and I'm going to rush a shot again. That's the FV down. This is a rush shot. Didn't quite connect. Sometimes it does work. It just snaps right into the reds. But on this one it didn't. So there will probably be comments below. Is it the driver or is it the tank? Only 25% hit rate or 75%? Yeah, this is the driver. It surely is the driver. We're going to hit this shot on the PTA, and once I hit that, I noticed that mark and I'm thinking, oh crap, there is the grill. Gotta move, we can get another shot in. There we go. And I was now thinking, counting to 10 and staying here still and counting and thinking, right, he is going to shoot our FV. He is not, oh, he's going to shoot me. Oh, go away. And we bounce on the, I think, front plate tracks. I don't know what happened, but we bounced. Which is a good thing, because otherwise I would have been whacked and dead, and then maybe this Object 140 would have been able to go right into A, maybe even win the game. I'm not quite sure. But we managed to get 3k done in terms of damage. We killed a top tier tank. We didn't die, so all in all, goodish, average game. Could have been better. Could have been better, because I was not careful with my hit points. Then again, 13 shots fired, a lot of misses, 9 hits, 9 penetrations. Bring in the comments. I played like a now. But 50k of credits, that's a good one. So we are moving on into Alpenstadt. And you can see, as promised, it is a top tier supremacy game. And during the lineup, I was thinking, right, what am I going to do here on this map? I'm going up, I'm going to spot A, and then my tank destroyers can shoot. But then the countdown went, and as I said on one of my recent videos, I think the meta on Alpenstadt is changing, so I decided to go towards the C cap, maybe capture B, not sure yet. And lo and behold, my team is more or less going in force towards the B cap as well. The T-30 seems to be indecisive. He has moved off the spawn, but is not doing anything really useful at the moment. But I do spot 2 enemies, I think. Dive down into cover, and I'm hurled down. And this is where I want to be now. Reds are capturing B. I just want to get tanks spotted. Want to assess the situation. Want to know where the tanks are. Can I shoot that 54 lightweight? Yeah, maybe I could have shot him, but I wasn't going to aim in. properly on that one. I wanted to snap him. There's a T-30, someone knocking about. There's an ISU-152. I can't shoot him because of the bad gun depression. And that's really the negative factor for me on this tank. In a way, I would rather have the AMX Proto over this tank because of the gun depression, because of the excellent mobility. Not that this tank is a bad one at all. It just isn't. It's a really good tank. But I like tanks with snappy guns and good gun depression. And the 55 just doesn't have that. But it doesn't say that I didn't enjoy driving it. I really enjoyed driving the tank because it gives all the good features of 54 in a premium package, really. And once you get it up to speed on flat ground, on hard cover, like the interior of Alpenstadt City or Himmelsdorf, etc., then it can really shine. It can really move around. And I'm going to show you how it can move around in the encounters that are about to follow. I'm again going to reassess the situation here. Hide behind the house, there's a T-95 to my front, there's a 54 lightweight. 95 has fight, so I can poke out and keep him spotted. And then I'm going to look at what's happening at the back. That is a Glacial pushing in. We have a one-shot tank at C. We've got another tank there, another heavy. But one of the red tanks has to go. Preferably this one, the T-95. But if I can't penetrate him or can't duke it out with him, we're going to kill his support. And that's this tank, the 54 lightweight. We've bounced one shot. We're going to bump into him. And he's going to bounce another one on the tracks because he wiggle. And all I want to do now is keep him between me and the T-95. That's my main concern. I'm not interested really in penetrating his armor, damaging him. Look at that T-95 shot. Thank you very much. That means I can now go backwards, show him my front. He bounces off my front plate. That's the autobounce angle you can get on the tank. And he's side on. He's desperate to get a shot in. Doesn't work. Managed to clear the tank. Killed the T-54 lightweight. Fully 100% complete destruction. And like I said, the armor, if that would have been me against a T-62 or an Object 140, I wouldn't have survived at more or less full health. I didn't lose health apart from ramming against the 54 lightweight. I wouldn't have been able to survive against him, against an Object 140 or against a T-62A. But against a 54 lightweight who is not that experienced, you can win. But we still have one thing to do. There's no way I will be able to capture B and then just sit there and hope to live. I have to go in and I have to fight the T-95. So we managed to track him in place, and once we get behind him, all done body shotting. And like I said, this is what you can do with the tank. Of course, the T-95, he wasn't a very experienced player. The 54 lightweight wasn't a very experienced player. If the 54 lightweight had stayed behind the T-95, if they both had stayed around C, the B cap, then I would have been in problems really. I might have been able to capture A, but I don't think I would have been able to win it then, if you look at the supremacy points. And the T-95 is now desperate to get a shot in on my friendly teammate. Doesn't work. I can clear him. Top Gun medal, mastery game, above 5k damage and 1500 base XP. And this, in a nutshell, in one game, shows what the T-55A in the hands of an experienced player can do. You have to be careful with your armor because it just isn't as good as the 54 itself. But apart from the rather hefty price tag of 17,000 gold and the lack of the boxes on the turret, the proper T-55A appearance, this is actually a tank that I would recommend if you want to get a tier 9 enriched medium tank. The AMX Proto has the edge for me because of the gun, the snappy gun, the gun depression, the even better mobility than the T-55A. But all in all, an enjoyable tank to drive, even if it is a bit of an expensive one. My name is martindogger. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking!